This should be just fine. All right, so we'll do it. We'll do this. Um, so yeah, this is a video about the in the UK, there are apparently undercover female officers that are actually busting people for catcalling women. Apparently they are actually being at least fined for catcalling. This is a thing, apparently. Now, again, I don't know if this is like the this is the OG, like the OG video on it, or if this is someone who's talking about it. Either way, it should be sufficient. So, let's take a look.
Decay may increasingly be a crime-ridden cesspit, but police are hot on the case of the real hardcore criminals, men who catcall female joggers.
These women aren't friends out for a run, they're actually undercover police officers taking to the streets in Surrey as part of a new operation trying to stop people catcalling and harassing female runners.
How is this fucking real?
I will remind you, because it's worth reminding. There are immigrant gangs of groomers and rapists of young girls in the UK right now that are literally destroying the lives of these children. Literally destroying their lives. In addition to all of the other violent crime being perpetuated by these individuals. And the UK Police Department is wasting time, resources, and actually impacting the citizenry in a negative way because of catcalling.
Yes, rape and sexual assault may be soaring, much of it thanks to all the doctors and engineers we've imported, and maybe a new case of an illegal immigrant molesting a girl or a woman every single day. But thank God cops are cracking down on the real threat. White van drivers in Surrey ogling lycra-clad runners.
We get honked at, the staring, the hanging out of the window just to look at us, and it's so prevalent.
Pakistani grooming.
Yeah, by the way, officer, just to remind you, the demographic of the criminals that you actually need to catch are going after you individuals that are about a quarter of your age. And many of the offenders that you actually need to look at do not view you as a human being. You are viewed as property by the actual criminals, whereas the people that you're going after are basically just letting you know that they find you attractive. And doing nothing beyond that. Whereas the immigrants that you have imported into your country that you are letting run rampant and destroy everything about your country, they're destroying the lives of girls about a quarter of your age and don't consider them human beings. They consider them to be property. Just want to remind you of that, officer, who took an oath to protect people and uphold the law.
Out of the window just to look at us, and it's so prevalent.
Pakistani grooming gangs sex trafficking white English girls. Dave the Randy plumber tooting his horn at the ladies.
And police teams are ready to intervene the moment the officers are beeped at, followed or shouted at, pulling people over.
Have you got a licence to be honking that horn?
Those kind of behaviours may not be criminal offences in themselves, but they still need to be addressed.
But you don't need to address the rape gangs. You don't need to address the grooming gangs. Oh, wait, no, I forgot. Those are perpetuated by immigrants, and you're all about allowing as many immigrants into the country to destroy it and turn it into the very shithole that they came from. So, officer, are you implying that you would much rather live in a shithole where women are treated like property and tell people that, oh, wait, that it's illegal for you to be honking your horn at a girl to let her know that she's attractive. Like, I legitimately want to know, do any of the police officers involved in doing this, do they feel ashamed of what they're doing? Do any of them do this job where they're pulling over people for honking their horn or, catcalling, whatever their definition of that might be, and I'm guessing issuing them tickets? Do any of them feel ashamed of doing this? Do any of them feel ashamed that this is their job? That they took this job to actually protect people, and they're actually, and that they are now the thought police? Well, Mustard Custard, I wonder if they do. I legitimately want to know, do any of these British police officers actually feel shame? Not the female ones, because the female ones that are the decoys, they probably fucking hate men in the first place. That's why they're doing this. The police officers that are chasing down these nefarious villains and telling them, you can't be catcalling those women, do any of them feel shame that they and their entire country have been absolutely cucked by a bunch of leftist bitches that are gleefully allowing their country to be turned into the literal Middle East shitholes that all of these immigrants come from and are hell-bent on turning their country into? Do any of them feel ashamed that they're doing nothing to stop it? I really want to know.
Wait, what?
Those kind of behaviours may not be criminal offences in themselves.
Fabulous use of police resources to go out on the hunt for people who...
Wait. The behaviors may not be criminal offenses. So the British police are expending police resources, pulling people. Yeah, I did miss it the first time, Alistair. My brain was working. They're pulling people over, and they have not even committed a crime. If there are any British people watching my stream or watching this video when I post it tomorrow, if there are any British people, I strongly encourage you to file if it's possible for you. I have no idea how civil tort law works in the UK. To file a suit against the police department for unlawful, for being pulled over unlawfully. These people that are getting pulled over by these police are literally being pulled over for no justifiable reason. Now, again, I have no idea if there's laws in the UK regarding this, that police officers cannot pull you over or detain you unless they can substantiate an actual crime. I do not know. But I would say this might actually constitute some kind of civil suit against the British police force.
Offences in themselves.
Fabulous use of police resources to go out on the hunt for people who aren't committing crimes. Fancy a jog around the local migrant hotel, ladies?
Just go away. Please leave me alone.
Sorry.
No.
Sorry, okay, sorry.
No,
Sorry,
no,
sorry,
no.
sorry.
You're sorry, then don't touch me. Don't touch me. I don't like being touched.
My sister, yeah?
I don't like being
Oh,
touched. so-
God.
Hey.
No, no, no.
How about a visit
Oh, my God. Oh, that creepy ass. Oh, the second he made that smile, I wanted to fucking deck him. Oh, the moment I saw that smile, I was thinking, fist to the face, sweetheart. Fist to the face right now and run. That man was not going to take no for an answer. That was the smile of a psychopath. That was the smile of a psychopath who was intent on assaulting her. Oh, God.
to the gym? at least he's not catcalling.
So I think it's important, sorry, police are taking it so serious. It's one of our force priorities.
Not like there's many real...
The funny part is, you want to hear the funny part? By the police doing this, and now it's being broadcast on the TV, what do you think the chances are that when people see women jogging in those kind of getups now, they're going to drive by them and give them the middle finger? What do you think the chances are that this is going to actually ramp up bad behavior towards female joggers? And bad behavior in a way where they're getting the finger, or when they drive by, you're going to have people saying, you know, go the fuck inside, or something like that. Or yeah, if a female jogger gets accosted, who's going to help them? Even if they're not police, if it's an innocent person, if it's an innocent woman that's jogging and she happens to get accosted by one of those migrants that we saw in those other videos that will not take no for an answer, what do you think the chances are that anybody's going to intervene? Like an average citizen is going to intervene because either A, they don't know if it's a police sting operation and they're just looking to bust someone for not actually committing a crime, or B, that if you intervene, that the police are going to arrest you instead of the migrant offender, because migrants basically have a permanent get out of jail free card in the UK. Migrants are now the citizens, and the actual UK citizens are now the foreigners who have no rights. That's what this is turning into. It's literally turning into that UK citizens are the ones stripped of their rights and given to the migrants from other countries that are actually destroying the country.
Criminals to find in Surrey, is it? Like those responsible for a fourfold increase in shoplifting? Feral urban youths are so emboldened by the UK's descent into anarchic lawlessness. Not only will they brazenly loot shops in broad daylight, they'll record themselves doing it and proudly post it on TikTok.
Who's A-Bags at? Never heard of that. Never heard of that.
Yeah. Look at how young they are. This kid can't be any older than 12 or 13. They're starting them young and they're just going like, whatever. Nothing's going to happen to them. And they can do it because they've got the proper skin color. That's why they can do it. Because they're not white, they get a pass. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. If these were white kids, oh, they probably get clubbed. But because they're not white, they'll get a pass. Even though they've recorded it and posted it online, and they could probably find who this is, nothing will happen.
Strange it is that these migrants come to a county where the citizenry is well armed. They do not.
Coyote, disagree. Because it happens in the US frequently. In fact, we see it to higher degrees in the US. And it's not migrants either that do it in the US. It's basically the thugs. It's basically in the US. Oh, Revan, no, it's worse. If this had been in the US, this group would have come in and would have picked that store clean. If it had happened in the US. I've seen the videos. They come in like locusts and they pick the store clean in seconds. Because they don't do it casually. They just come in en masse and they go fast and furious and they just like armfuls into bags. Like it is this specifically going into a store and just robbing it. Worse in the US.
How greedy.
Mentally ill nutcases are everywhere, randomly attacking people on the street.
Yo, will you stop this guy till he keeps me towards it? Nah, you stop. Walk away from it, though.
Exposing.
Yay! Shut the fuck up. Hold up. You had what are these guys? Security? I can't even tell. You had security. This guy was going after this guy. I don't think that they're cops because I couldn't tell if they had one. It doesn't look like, I can't tell. Someone from the UK, street wardens. Okay, Heckle, you're my guy. Are street wardens police officers? They're social workers? What, Heckle, what are street wardens? I need a quick and dirty explanation. Very quickly, quick and dirty. What are street wardens? Nope, I don't think they're beat cops, Garrett. I'm waiting. Heckle is my information guru when it comes to everything in the UK because Heckle lives in the UK. So I need to know, quick and dirty, doesn't need to be complicated, but what are street wardens? Please. I don't think it's a rent-a-cop. Let's see. Street warden, someone who patrols the streets in order to aid the police at a community level. Examples include the Red Caps Salon. So is it like a neighborhood watch kind of thing? Is that what it is? Is it basically like kind of like a neighborhood watch thing? Okay. So these neighborhood watch guys grab this guy when he's going after this other guy. No, the basic security employed by the council, they have limited powers. They can give up fines, but have no powers to arrest. Okay. So they let him go so he can basically go run and Spartan kick this other guy. They knew he was ready to attack. And instead of basically maybe calling the police or getting in between them so he couldn't do that, they just let him go so this man can go run and Spartan kick the other guy. Fucking beautiful.
Exposing themselves in front of kids.
I heard about this. Oh, I heard about this. And you know what the scary part is? By the way, this guy got his ass beaten for this. He's standing in the middle of a public bus, drop trow. He's full Frampton right now. She got his ass kicked. All these guys in here kicked the crap out of him. And you know what social media was doing? They were coming to his defense. He was standing here literally half naked, just like talking fucking crazy. So he got his ass kicked. And people said that these guys were in the wrong.
You need to get off. Fuck off! You need to get off. Fuck off! Fuck off! Fuck off! What do you mean fuck off? Fuck off! You need to get off the fucking train, mate. There's fucking kids about, man. Right, the grandpa, let's go. What the fuck, mate? Get off the fucking train. Put up your trousers. Put up your fucking trousers, mate. No.
And when real men step in.
Yeah, and that's when they kicked his ass. That's when they finally stepped in because he was just going, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off. That's when these guys stepped in and went to town. And they were demonized. These guys got demonized for it.
And when real men step in to deal with it. The police then hunt them down for tax.
Yep. There it is. There it is. They're going after the citizens that were defending the women and children on this train from this psychopath. And they went after them. This is insane. I feel so horrible for anybody currently living in the UK right now that has to deal with this. This is insane.
Tackling the aggressive pervert. And then the media smears them for attacking a poor defenseless.
Yep. And they're saying, oh, the poor defenseless psychopath.
victim who was just having a mental health crisis. Still, at least they're cracking down on catcallers.
It's one of our force priorities.
Many high-profile men have been reduced to passive, emasculated slobs who embody unhealthy lifestyles. In the process,
Yeah, and by the way, they're saying he was having a quote-unquote mental health crisis. Okay, I've questioned. Was he legitimately having a mental health issue, or was he quirked out of his gourd on drugs? Was it did he actually have a mental health issue, or was he tripping on speedballs right there? Oh no, Tanashi, no. I fully appreciate. I'm not minimizing the danger at all, because even if someone is that has mental health issues, say they're schizophrenic and they're going or they're manic depressive and they're going through a manic episode, they are absolutely dangerous. No question. Obviously dangerous, considering he was standing there with his pants down around his ankles yelling "fuck you" to everybody when they're telling him to pull his pants up. But my question is, was it an actual mental health issue, or was he on drugs?
at least they're cracking down on catcallers.
It's one of our force priorities.
Many high-profile men have been reduced to passive, emasculated slobs who embody unhealthy lifestyles, in the process tacitly encouraging everyone else to let themselves go, instead of keeping mentally and physically fit, and helping out towards that end is NMN. That's nicotinamide mononucleotide, a natural supplement which is vital for the functioning of 37 trillion cells in your body, and which can help reduce weight, cholesterol, and even blood pressure in overweight adults, meaning it can slow down aging. But don't just take my word for it. Here's Harvard professor David Sinclair talking about it on Joe Rogan.
How old are you?
Turning 50. So
you're turning 50?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought you were 50. I would have figured you were for about 41, 42.
So I take NMN every morning.
What is NMN?
I'm sorry. I gotta call it like I see it. This sounds scammy as fuck. This sounds so fucking scammy. I'm sorry. I gotta call it like I see it.
Good question. About 20 years ago, Lenny Guarente and a team of us at MIT discovered a set of genes that controls aging in yeast cells. So when you put more of these genes into a yeast cell or a mouse, they'll live longer. Between 5 to 20% longer.
Sorry, I will let the ad play through, but I'm muting it. Now, this sounds scammy as fuck. I'm not gonna let him sell snake oil on my stream.
So efficient that the FDA is trying to ban it by reclassifying it as a performance-enhancing drug. I've been taking it for months now myself. I can run faster, lift heavier, punch harder, and I've noticed way more excess energy because NMN is one of the precursors of NAD+.
Get this, so sirtuins.
Okay, no, hang on. I'm sorry, I gotta skip it.
Supplements, the sponsor of today's video, can help you do is the rampant lawlessness itself.
Sorry, no, normally I let the ads play through, but I'm sorry, I'm not letting an ad play through for a scam. I'm not gonna do it. Nope. If your ad is so blatantly a scam, I'm skipping it.
This weird new leftist gaslighting that everyone's imagining it and it's not really happening.
Particularly online and in the online right. London increasingly being set up as this kind of hellhole, this kind of dystopian nightmare where crime is completely out of control.
I guess the women must be imagining it, Lewis.
You can barely walk out of your house without getting beaten up or your possessions stolen from you or taken from you.
Yeah, you were kidnapped and raped. You know, like there have been massive levels of reporting that the government and the police are trying to cover up. Like that one young lady who actually went on the news and told the reporters about how she was basically groomed and raped by a migrant gang. And after she did this on the news, the police showed up at her house to try and intimidate her because she actually exposed the migrant gangs actually like doing nefarious things to children. You mean like that?
Yes, the 80,000 Londoners who had their phones stolen in a single year must have just imagined it too.
Where fare evasion is completely rampant on the tube.
Fare evasion is rampant.
Where the tube is looking like kind of Gotham City or something like that from a sort of 1990s Batman film.
The tube does look like something from Gotham City.
The fabric of London's transport system is in decline under Sadiq Khan. From endless graffiti plastering the tubes, to unchallenged fare evasion where staff stand and watch, to even taking drugs on the network.
Oh my
It's simply
God.
not good.
Oh my God. This guy is literally doing... What is he doing? Is he doing crack? Is he doing crack or meth? On the London subway. In the open. This guy's just smoking a bowl. Right in the open. On the London subway. Doesn't care. No one's going to stop him. No one's going to arrest him. Nothing's going to happen.
Enough. And we're going to hold him to account on it.
You know, on and on it goes.
So many sad little bots on here triggered by actual facts about a city they certainly don't live in and probably haven't visited for years, if ever. Proceeds to get totally...
Yeah, this sounds like iDubbbz. This sounds like iDubbbz, who is trying to... Side tangent. Kinda, sorta. iDubbbz put something out recently where people were criticizing stuff that's happening in other countries, and someone from Italy actually posted something and said, "I'm Italian. The country is going to shit because of these migrants. Things are getting very bad." This is someone actually in Italy that was posting to iDubbbz and saying, "Shit's gotten real here. Real bad." You know how iDubbbz responded? "Oh, people are criticizing that don't even live there." I've been to places. I went on a Google tour. His excuse for dismissing an Italian's criticisms of his own country was that he'd been on a Google Maps virtual tour. He literally said that. That a Google Maps virtual tour trumps someone actually living in that country. That's the same energy. Yes, Merlin, he did that. He fucking did that. Yes, he did. Yes, Nux did. This was something Nux pulled up on one of his pulled up in the beginning of one of his videos. That's the same energy here. Right here.
They certainly don't live in and probably haven't visited for years, if ever. Proceeds to get totally owned.
Oh, here we go. And just like with ICOC, I live in London. My family has for hundreds of years. In last year, kids mugged twice with knives, terrified of them going out anywhere. Phone snatched, car stolen once, broken into many times, cannot park abandoned street without broken into, cars full of bally-clad, I think that's supposed to be barely clad men. Man stabbed on my train. Delivery guy stabbed for his bike down the road. Helicopter to hospital. 2 shot down the road. Helicopter to hospital. I see shoplifting literally every week. Facts you fuck with.
To get totally owned.
I've worked there every day and I've done for 20 years. It's now a cesspit. My train used to be full of middle-class professionals sat quietly with their papers, dressed in suits. Now it's just for feral foreigners and scumbags. Women strategically choose a seat as best they can away from them, but then someone else gets on. But keep telling yourself it's great if it makes you feel better.
In the comments by people.
And my local Tesco is like a military compound. If I want cheese or washing up liquid, I need to get a security lock removed from it. There are stickers on the pavement saying, "Don't use your phone or it will get snatched." There are SA ads all on the underground. The mayor tells people not to wear nice watches or jewelry so they don't get robbed. Yeah, tell me again that London has not turned into the very shithole that these immigrants claim that they were escaping from. They're not looking to integrate. They're looking to take over. This is an invasion, pure and simple. It's time to start calling it like it is. This is an invasion, and it's succeeding. Call it like it is. Stop trying to pretend like it's not.
People who literally live in...
Oh. Okay, this is going by so fucking fast. Hold up. Phone nicked, rope saved it from a second grab 2 days later. Hammer attack us on my flat. Sainsbury's robbed twice while I was in there. But please, Liz, do explain from your metropolitan bubble how it's all just bots or by people who don't live here. Have lived and worked in central London for 22 years. The social squalor has visibly increased, and especially so in the past 5 years. I have no time for bogus regime statistics or shows trying to tell me my own eyes and senses are deceiving me. Fuck off. Yeah, don't believe your own lying eyes. Where have we heard that one before, chat? Where have we heard the don't believe your own lying eyes? Sounds pretty fucking familiar, doesn't it?
London. Oh, all these fabricated right-wing myths about crime being proven by facts, lived experience, and manifestly observable reality. You don't need a weatherman to know it's been a window.
Yeah.
Almost every single reform and
And you know what's going to start happening with these bikers? You know what's going to start happening? Is the men of Britain are going to start clotheslining every fucking biker that comes near them. That's what's going to happen. Every bicyclist. That's what's going to happen. People are going to start taking the law into their own hands, and every bicyclist that comes near them, people will start clotheslining the fuck out of them. Just out of prevention. Like, someone gets close, boom, they're going down on the pavement. Because you don't know if they're going to snatch your phone or if it's a woman, snatch your purse. Better to err on the side of caution these days, right? Oh, but also, by the way, chat, while the police can't be bothered to stop them, they are more than happy to stop people riding on electric skateboards and issuing them a ticket for 6 points on their license, which, by the way, when you get a license in the UK, if you get 6 points on your license is suspended. So riding an electric skateboard without insurance in London, which, by the way, you can't get insurance on an electric skateboard in London. You lose your license. I saw video footage of someone that was stopped by the police for riding their electric scooter. The charge was for not having insurance. This person doesn't even have a license, which means that if they applied for a license because of this ticket, if they applied for a license, it would be instantly suspended because the 6 points doesn't go away. Even if you don't have a license, that 6 points still remains on your record. So if this person who got a ticket for not having insurance on a motorized skateboard that results in 6 points on his license, if he applied for a driver's license, instant suspension of the license the moment he applies for it. But they're not doing fuck all about these guys rampantly stealing everything they can get their hands on. Nope, they're totally fine. Totally fine. Let them do whatever they want.
Almost every single reform and far-right mouthpiece are telling us that Britain is lawless. Same guy literally got mugged twice. Oh, Britain's not lawless. Supermarkets are putting security tags on £2 blocks of cheese.
Oh my God, it's gotten that bad. And by the way, this isn't going to stop anything. This will not stop it. Putting this, it will it's going to significantly inconvenience the legit customers. You know what the result, you know how much this is going to stop the crime? They're going to snatch this, run out of the store, and then get a pair of wire cutters, or they'll come in with a pair of wire cutters, snip, snip, gone. This is going to do absolutely nothing to stop the criminals. It's not even going to annoy them. You know who's going to annoy? The legit customers that just want to buy a brick of cheese. That's who it's going to annoy. The people that just want to, the legit customers who want to buy a brick of cheese, and they have to get their cheese unlocked at the register. Because the police are too fucking lazy to do their jobs, or they're too busy letting migrants rape and murder women in London to deal with actual, they're too busy turning their heads and looking the other way and victimizing the victims to stop the actual crime.
It's just For fun, shoplifting's increased 55% since 2022. 60% of people don't even bother reporting crime because they know the police will probably do nothing.
Why would you expect anybody to report crime when the police just can't go, "Eh, sorry, nothing we can do about it, governor"? Why even We're gonna start seeing vigilante justice. We're gonna start seeing it. In the UK, in other parts of the EU that also are doing similar things, especially when it comes to migration. In the US, we're gonna start seeing it in the US too. What we're gonna see happen is we're gonna start seeing vigilante justice. Because if the police aren't gonna do anything about it, fuck it. People are gonna take things into their own hands. Don't be surprised if you see a dramatically increased amount of Guy Fawkes masks start showing up in Great Britain.
Off the country, literally 0 burglaries were solved by police. And even if charges are brought, our corrupt judicial system lets criminals off with a slap on the wrist. This 23-year-old Nigerian sexually assaulted a woman, putting his hand down her jogging bottoms. At least he didn't catcall her though. And didn't even get prison time because the judge said it had been a momentary aberration.
Again, we've seen this not only in the UK. This is not endemic only in the UK. We're seeing this everywhere. Where men sexually assault women, get caught, go in front of the judge, and the judge lets them off because, and this is from a US case, and I quote, "I don't want to ruin this man's future career." There was a court case in the US where I believe it was a college student raped a girl, got caught. It was the swimmer, could have been the swimmer. I don't recall exactly where in the US, Coyote. I don't remember the city or state. He raped a girl, got caught, went in front of the judge. The judge let him go because the judge said, and I'm paraphrasing, I don't have the exact quote, I'm paraphrasing. The judge said, "I don't want to ruin this young man's future career." This is the same fucking thing. This is the same thing. This man assaulted a teenager and let him go because of a, quote, troubled background. You know who else had a troubled background that we've seen in the news lately? Oh yeah, is it the Somalian guy in Colorado who tried to kidnap a child recently? And the Colorado state's attorney has dropped all the charges for it because they said he's not mentally competent to stand trial. And by the way, he is a registered sex offender and has been arrested more times than they can count for doing the same thing over and over and over again. Yeah. Basically, if you are in a modern Western country, being a migrant is a get out of jail free card. Yeah, you're all this person in Colorado, this Somalian immigrant in Colorado, has been arrested so many times they couldn't even give a number of how many times he's been arrested. He is a convicted and registered sex offender, and he is walking and he has been walking free, and he's not in jail. They actually dropped all charges against him because they said that he is, quote, not mentally competent to stand trial. He's going to a mental facility and he's going to be back out on the street.
And he had suffered a troubled background and difficult
I know, Canito,
life.
I saw it.
Then maybe he's the real victim. Uber have received reports of sexual misconduct every 8 minutes for 5 years.
Oh my God.
Perplexing mystery. Sadiq Khan boasts about 4 types of crime going down in London. One of which, personal robbery, only went down because everyone in London is now terrified to wear a watch or use their phone in public. He conveniently failed to mention that 6 other types of serious crime are significantly up. Despite the right-wing doomsayers claiming otherwise, the reality is crime is falling and has been for some time. Crime literally rose by 10% in a single year. This is the real England, people enjoying themselves with a band on a sunny...
Ahem. Just gonna point it out. The ignoring of the state in London. Notice what's in the profile. Yeah.
Sunday afternoon. Not the doom and gloom that Gammon falsely paint. She says, posting from a nearly 90% majority white area. No one's falling for you.
Wait. We are white women living in an 88% white area does not understand why people are protesting immigration. There it is.
No one's falling for your insipid gaslighting. People have eyes. They can see that the places they've lived in for decades are getting interminably worse. And no amount of statistical cherry picking can conceal the noticeable decay manifesting itself at every turn. If you value what I do and you want to help support me, please visit pauljosephwatson.locals.com and either pledge a one-time donation or subscribe to join my community, get early access videos, and message me directly. And exclusive live streams coming soon too. Promise. Check out the Locals link down in the description. And don't forget to take a look at the brand new website, modernity.news. That's where you'll find all my content, including exclusive articles. That's modernity.news.
Yeah, things are going to be reaching a boiling point in the Western world. In the UK, in the EU, like Italy, particularly Rome, in the US, in Canada, in the Western world, things are reaching a boiling point. They are. They are reaching a boiling point, and when it finally boils over, you don't want to be anywhere near it.